Some lawmakers in Nigeria's House of Reps are pushing for a constitutional amendment to change Nigeria from the presidential to a parliamentary system of government. In this special report, Joke Adisa reviews Nigeria's road to the presidential mode of government and the prospects of a return to the old.
Upon independence from British colonial rule in 1960, Nigeria adopted the parliamentary system of government, headed by Nnamdi Azikiwe as president and Tafawa Balewa as prime minister. But the 1966 coup and other counter-coup d'etat changed that arrangement. By the time Nigeria was returning to democratic rule in 1979, it adopted the presidential system, and that has been in practice till date. Now, there are moves to rewrite Nigeria's history. This group of 71 legislators spread across all political parties is spearheading the change and believes it is achievable.
Studies have shown empirically that countries run by presidential regime consistently produce low output growth, higher and more volatile inflation, and greater income inequality relative to those under parliamentary ones. Little wonder the rich continues to be richer, while the poor get poorer.
No doubt, there have been consistent debates on which of the two forms of government is better for the nation. Eminent Nigerians, including Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka, have backed Nigeria going back to the parliamentary system of government. In 2014, Soyinka led other participants, including former Foreign Affairs Minister Odeyin Ajumogobia, to the inaugural debate of St. John's Forum in Lagos, where he argued that parliamentary government will serve Nigerians better.
Is it possible under a parliamentary system, for instance, to put together a lean, mean, and motivated crop of ministers? Well, if there's no solution, I recommend that you permit me to invite the International Parliament of Writers to serve as mentors to legislators.
15 years. Yes, the poor man survived.
As the clamors for the devolution of powers intensify, more people are aligned with the likes of Soyinka. Professor Soyinka and these lawmakers say compelling advantages of the parliamentary system of government is what reinforces their stand.
Issues of conflict resolution, issues of too much concentration of power in the hands of the executive arm of government breeds what I can say, absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. So in order to stop such a situation, there is a need for us to have a parliamentary system of government which presupposes fusion of powers.
Even for agitators of restructuring, the thing you should first of all look at is what do we even need to restructure? We are faced and we have depended so much and looked at the Nigeria as an entity. We didn't look at the system and process. What will we achieve? Harmony between the hitherto seriously divided legislative and executive arm of government.
We would have less than half of the MDAs that we have today. You might should not go to sacking people or any other thing. Because if the economy is productive, you don't need to work in government to have a job. That will be prosperity for everyone.
We have read a lot about the parliamentary system, and we've not had anything wrong with the parliamentary system. And some of us, there's the fear of the future. Our own generation, if we don't put a solid foundation today, we don't know what we are going to face, God willing, in the next 10, 15 years from now. And at the end of the day, we are the ones that will pay a heavy price for not doing the needful at this time of our lives.
To some Nigerians, the call for a return to the parliamentary government is one in the right direction.
Before now, there had been this argument that we don't actually need a bicameral legislature. And so if lawmakers who are beneficiaries of this same bicameral legislature are coming to canvass for a return to the parliamentary system, I see it as a welcome development because emphasis now is about reducing the cost of governance.
If you, as a lawmaker, you are calling for reducing the cost of governance, are you also going to be for part-time legislature? Because there were people that have been calling for that part-time legislature, a situation whereby you only come to sit when there are issues for you to come to sit, not this one that people will pack all their bags and baggages and come to Abuja.
Others doubt whether it will work, considering Nigeria's present-day realities.
The parliamentary system of government should be cheaper rather than the presidential system of government that we are running currently. But the challenge herein that I'm foreseeing such that do we have the National Assembly that has the will to actually do the bidding? I say no, because we've seen a lot of issues, national issues, that they've demonstrated incapacity to a great extent.
Constitutional amendment issue. So it depends on how well they're able to lobby and they're able to get it through excuse me, the parliament, because it's not a day's issue, it's not a month's issue, it's a futuristic thing.
But the Secretary Committee of Sponsors of the bill tells TVC News their interest is Nigeria.
71 of us are not coming from one political party. You have the APC members, you have the PDP members, you have ADC, you have Accord, you have ABGA. All of them are part and parcel of this bill that we are sponsoring today. We have looked, our generation have looked, we've looked at Nigeria not making progress in terms of the output growth, in terms of the volatility of the politics of the country as of today, in terms of the structure as it stands today, that does not convince investors to come and invest because of the political structure that we have, the character of the government you have. And to that extent, our youth, our generations, and the one coming behind us, what is their future? Are they going to finish school without gainfully employed?
A large chunk of African countries currently practice the presidential system of government. But if it sails through, Nigeria will be joining the likes of Ethiopia, Mauritius, Niger, and South Africa in the adoption of the parliamentary system of government. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.